What's up, everyone? My name is Liam, and welcome to the Full Circle Podcast. Today, I am joined by David, the guitarist of Solence. Uh, but yeah, on that note, what's your story, David? Tell me about yourself a little bit.
First of all, thank you for having me. We talked about this for a long time, and I'm happy that we're doing it now. So awesome. My story. What are you
Yes.
talking about? Like the story of how I woke up today and had my beef burrito, and then went to the gym, got my car waxed. Just got back from tour, and every time I live in LA, every time I go back from tour, it's always like super dusty and like 100 birds have shit on my car. So it's always like, okay, I need to take this to get this washed. So I did that. Check. But yeah,
Um, by story, I mean
yeah,
background, I guess, like where you came from, just so that people
yeah.
get an idea of who you are.
Nice. Yeah, I play guitar in Solence, and we're a Swedish band. I'm Swedish. We're from a small town called Linköping, which think of it actually. I think the only famous band that's from there is like Ghost. We're from the same city and same everything, so that's a thing. Started playing classical violin when I was like 8, 9 something. I did that. Was only into Vivaldi, Mozart, uh, Dvorak, those like classic stuff. I love that shit. It's amazing. And then I heard Iron Maiden, and I was like, the devil has chosen me. And my mom was like, no.
I can relate to that, man. No, I was a cello player in high school.
Oh,
Well,
oh,
sorry,
yeah.
I
Oh,
I
wait.
grew up at the age of 8 or 9. I started playing cello,
Yeah.
and I played it all through like until I finished school.
It's a wonderful instrument. Like it's so difficult. Both violin and cello, they're kind of similar. It sounds absolutely crap until you become pretty good at it, and then it's like almost listenable. And then you have to be expert for it to sound good. It's very. It's not
Dude,
like
I
guitar,
I,
for example. Yeah.
I finally got to a point when I was like my senior year, my last year of high school. I got to a point, I think either that year or the year before, got to a point where I could actually like do all the different like board extension stuff
Yeah.
and shifting and all that. And
Yeah.
I mean, I was getting fucking fast, but the downside is if I didn't practice it 10 million times, it sounded like squeak, 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 complete dog shit.
Yeah, that is exactly how it is with everything. But um, but yeah. So I played violin, did that a lot, and then I got into guitar, and then I was like, okay, I want to play in a band. When I heard Maiden, and I was like, let's do it, and then I did it, and here I am trying still.
Fucking love that, dude.
Yeah, it's fun.
Seriously.
Thank you.
It
Yeah,
flatters my heart to hear. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back to the violin thing. Flatters my heart to know that I have a fellow string player in the room.
yeah. I just upgraded to 6 strings, and I refuse to go to 6 strings. My math. 7 strings. No, no 7 strings. Only 6 strings for me.
Sure, not you don't want to go to 12. You don't want to go to a 12, man.
Oh, 12 I do. 100%, but it's really difficult to tune it. Like it's really difficult. Like I've played a couple of I've never had a 12-string guitar. I love the sound so much. I love like the whole like 70s Led Zeppelin kind of thing with the
Right.
chorusy. Oh, it's amazing. But it's really difficult to get it to stay in tune and be in tune. And yeah.
I relate to that because I had a guitar. I tried playing guitar,
Yeah.
couldn't do it. But my least favorite part of it was tuning it.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, the cello was even worse because if it was like that right kind of year where the wood was like shrinking ever so slightly,
Yeah.
and it's like you finally get it in tune, and then you're playing, and then the string just goes wonk, and then the freaking peg falls out, and I'm just like, and like it's either the whole class looked at me or I was at home, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was on my roll too.
Yeah, it's horrible. And but that's actually a problem with guitar as well. I have my main guitar is an white ESP with like a Floyd Rose. So basically the bridge of the guitar where the strings go here in the back where you pick, that one is goes up and down. So I can use the whammy bar and do like do that kind of stuff. But that can sometimes be sensitive to like humidity and stuff or temperature up and down in the air. And this year when we were playing, we played Grass Pop, and we were playing. It was like it's probably one of the biggest shows that we've ever done. When we're playing main stage Grass Pop, and we go out there, and literally I before I check the guitar, everything is fine, and then 5 minutes before I go on stage, I see that the bridge is like that, and I'm like, fuck, and I'm trying, panically to do that, and I'm And I just play it on the guitar. I'm just struggling so much to like tune it. And we have a backup guitar, but I don't like it as much. So I was like, I'll make it work. So damn
That's
humid.
I say I fucking hate the humidity. I'm sorry. It's the only thing I hate. I think every musician can agree that plays an instrument that we hate the humidity.
Yeah. It also cannot be too dry because then it hurts the throat. Uh, yeah.
uh, I have a
Yeah.
very dirty mind, so you shouldn't have did that gesture on your freaking neck right
Like that. Well, you can keep your dirty mind to yourself because I don't even understand.
there. I can't even explain. It's yeah. We don't
Move on.
talk about it.
Move on.
But I heard you say talking about when that little incident happened with your guitar on stage, and you say it was one of the like biggest, like the best crowds or something. So tell me about like, so what is some of your favorite crowd experiences like, or just how craziest even?
Uh, I think it's so many different sides to it because one thing was obviously when we did our first because we've been a band since high school and then we played local shows and we did that but we never we did a couple covers on YouTube and stuff but we never really it went pretty good for being like a little band but we didn't really do stuff and then we started doing other stuff and then COVID came in and then we took like a hiatus from the band almost like 5 years where we did other stuff basically the band wasn't the priority. And then during COVID, we were like, okay, let's do the band. So we started, we released 3 albums during COVID and released a couple songs and then after COVID, we were in a completely different level to where we were before. We hadn't played any shows. And then we get an offer to go on tour with Five Finger Death Punch like a week before. And they were like, hey, do you guys want to go on tour with us? And we were like, hell yes, let's do this. We had no idea how anything worked. Like we've never like we knew nothing. We were like, what is a and we like, yeah, we would come there with our Volvo and and then we'll just plug in and they're like, yeah, you kind of need more than that. And then it was like, we with our management and everything, like, what's a tour manager? What is a front of house? What is all this? We like knew nothing. And then we're gonna play in these massive arenas. And that was the first show ever. So that is probably that's just such a crazy like going from nothing to like everything. Going playing the last show we did 5 years ago was for 50 people that didn't want to be there. If even there were 50, maybe 30, didn't want to be there. And then you go there and then you play and we played support for Five Finger and it's like 15,000 people. And we just stepped up on stage and I remember just looking at that and I was like it's just so many people and it was so surreal and so crazy and it went great. It was awesome, and that's one. That's like just a surreal moment. And
Mhm.
then you have when we played our first headline show. That was we just threw in a quick 3 headline shows between this summer between festivals when we had a couple of days off. It was like we just did it like 3 weeks before or something. So it's really quick turnaround, and it's in festival season. So it was kind of small. It was I think it was 300 maybe some pretty small, but quick. Just get a vibe. But that was really cool because that was the first time where everyone in the audience knew everything, all of our songs, and that was also incredible to just because there's a difference when you're opening up for someone. Maybe people have heard you, but they're not there for you. So that's a difference.
I can
I,
imagine.
yeah. So it's many different. It's just cool also
I
going around seeing places. I don't know. It's I love playing live. Yeah, and meeting people.
that sounds. I just I just imagine in my head. I'm like, imagine playing in a room of 50 people and they're all like, maybe want to be there, maybe they're vibing, maybe like good amount of them know you, and you're going to 15,000. I'm sorry, but me, if I was you, I would just be like, that's too many people, and I just go in my shell.
Yeah, no, but you just have to push yourself and be like, just enjoy the moment because you never know if that's gonna happen again or you never know. So it was just enjoying it and obviously try not to fuck up, which I always do, but I don't think you always hear it. but but
You know, I think you guys like just not you, but I think any professional musician playing at a big show, guarantee they probably fuck up more than anyone ever realizes.
oh yeah,
But then they just play it off, and then but then like the band hears it, they probably know. And then they just look at you like, what the fuck, bro? Why'd you play like a D when it's supposed to be an A sharp or something?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. Well, that's a pretty aggressive, but yeah. No, I know 100%. We always do that, but um, yeah, I know. It's just you just have to go for it and enjoy it, and but it was surreal because like it was so loud and it's loud in a different way. Like when you're playing in a club with maybe 500, 300, whatever people, it gets really loud, but it's a different feeling when it's like super loud when it's like 15,000 people just and you're like it's like when I take off the
you're like, what
in-ears, I have these in-ears and it's like the ears distort when people are like screaming. It's lovely.
that's interesting. Yeah, I can
Like
imagine like the crowd,
echo.
like
Yeah.
it is
It's
the level difference. I mean, like
yeah.
I've been in small clubs and all that, and they're just like it's like stupid loud
Yeah.
sometimes. But
Yeah.
then like you go into an arena, I'm sorry, but like the loud's different. I agree with you on that. And I feel like there's so much in opinion, I feel like arenas are louder. Like in
Yeah.
my opinion, like there's so much louder.
It's loud in a different way because in arena it's loud but with quality because you can have loud, you have like big speakers and it's like it's a big room and it has like space, like sound has space because sound waves they bounce. So it has like
Hmm.
space to bounce and it's nicer, but in a club it probably might actually be louder because it's less controlled because it's just a maybe a little stone room or I don't know,
Right.
but you know what I mean, like a room, and then it's just like it's too much, and you can hear the cymbal and the drummers and we're screaming, and then it distorts and everything is just chaos. But it's
Yeah,
a
I
different.
feel like I don't know. I feel like I get your point completely. I get your point. And I mean, I've noticed in like smaller venues where it's like a club but a little bit bigger, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And there's enough room where you could have all those nice speakers, but it's also small enough where like the attendance is probably not any more than like 750 people maybe.
I love those
And I
venues.
mean, I love those because I feel like those are like the fine like tune in the middle,
Yeah,
like for sound quality and sound volume, but at the same time I still feel like, it just sounds like shit half the time
yeah, no, it
just
does, it does.
because of how small the room is.
Yeah, I know, but that's the beauty and the thing that's so fun also when having the opportunity to go out and play for people is to be able to experience these different like venues, and it's everything has its charm because it's so
Hmm.
cool when you're playing and to like be really close to people when you're playing like arenas or like big festivals sometimes, especially on festivals, which actually this part of it I don't like. In festivals sometimes it's like you're like 3 4 meters 5 meters from the audience, and it's like you kind of standing on this reaching like like you want to feel them in a way, and you don't really do
Hmm.
that in those spaces. But when you're playing like a show, I'll have a dude or a girl standing in front of me like this far, and I'm like it's a vibe as well. Yeah,
I could definitely see how in like an arena setting versus like a bigger club setting, how you could feed off the energy so much more
yeah,
in the arena just because of how many different people and different emotions and everything that's going through everybody.
yeah.
And I
I,
feel like you could just intake it where I feel like in that smaller setting you can't intake it as much because I guess you can't really hear the crowd, you could say, as much as in a big venue.
yeah, I actually think the opposite because I think when everything is so big, it's like the levels aren't as drastic. Say you're playing in a small room or a small room, a 700. It's also still pretty big. It's like a huge concert. If you're playing 700 people, it's amazing. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but 700 people or 500 people, if they don't like it, it's so quiet. Whereas in an arena, it always bounces and it's in a little claps everywhere, and it's always or woo a little bit. If someone does a little bit, it still adds up to something. But if you don't like it in a small room, it's horrible. Thankfully, we haven't had that yet, or we have, but not in a couple of years. but we definitely have.
It's
Yeah,
just crickets chirping. You just like you finish the
yeah.
song and you're like, fuck yeah, and then all of a sudden
Like
it's just
everybody
dead quiet.
scream, and then it's like no, no.
And
Like,
I feel like that's like a motivation killer, in my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? Like a groove motivation killer. Because it's just like everyone's silent and you're like, oh shit, no one's saying anything, no one's doing anything.
yeah, no, it's not. It's not fun. It's not fun. But it's you know, it's fun to play. Then you have to
Hey
find the
man,
fun.
I can relate to that one. I can relate that, playing has its exhilarating moments.
Yeah, yeah. Do you play as well?
I play so when I played cello, I mean,
Oh
we
yeah,
already
yeah,
briefly mentioned this,
yeah, yeah.
but
Like a guitar or something.
no. I was never like my fingers were so used to like the wider spreader like of the cello and all that that I was like when I did guitar, I just my fingers couldn't do some of the hand motions. It just my fingers refused to.
Yeah,
And the amount of hand cramps I would get from it, it was weird. But then when I go to cello, it's like I would never get any of that.
yeah. I get that for sure.
But I mean, definitely like I've played live shows a few times, like as a group with my class and stuff,
Nice.
which was like maybe 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah, it's
And
so fun. It's
playing
so fun.
live, I mean, the anxiety feeling is like when you don't not so used to it, is kind of just like, oh my God. But then for me, it was like once me and everyone around me were playing, I mean, like I kind of dialed out the correct how many people were there, and it was just like,
Nice.
okay, let's do this, and then you just start driving off of their reaction. I
Yeah,
noticed I start doing.
yeah. No, you have to. That's so much with you drive off the reaction of people, but it also I find it's also scary. It's kind of easy to play. I think at least when you're playing in a band and you've rehearsed and everyone like especially for us like every second is decided because we have program lights and everything is very like program. We still jam within the songs, but like we all know exactly what we're doing. So it's not like I can fuck up that much because I know what I'm doing. But it's not like if you were to say you and me were like, oh yeah, let's jam at a bar, and then it's 20 people there, I would be very nervous for that because I have no idea what I'm doing then.
Right.
Yeah.
I
In a way.
mean, I'm curious about this. I've been asking some of my friends off the record, like
Mm-hmm.
that I know in bands and stuff. But how do like rehearsals work in like your setting, I guess, of
Mm-hmm.
like Solence or
Yeah.
like bigger, higher, like higher, like higher off bands, I guess you could say.
Uh, how we do it is that we first off everyone knows we kind of decide ish what songs we want to play. We have like a pool of songs we want to do, and then before we prep everything. So we prep the sounds. I make my sounds before I have like a digital amplifier, and Joe when he plays synths does his sound there, and yeah, Marcus shows up with a mic. but
Yeah.
and we prep everything. So we do that, and then we have it so everyone knows what they're playing. So we know what we're playing. So basically, we can play right away. But then there's a lot of process to. Oh, we also get and we discuss how we want the set to be, and like we kind of create a storyboard for what's happening. Like, okay, what is it gonna be about? Because I don't believe, at least not for us, it's not the right thing for us to just be like, yeah, let's put this and just do songs, and then we song and song and song and song and just go through
That's
songs.
boring.
No, no, but a lot of bands do, and it's also really, like Metallica, they play songs, and they are obviously one of the best bands ever, and they're incredible
Right.
and live, and so but that works for them. Everyone is different in that way, but for us, it's very we want to create an experience like it has a theme, like what we've done these last 3 tours. That's like for this album, it's called "A Banger Day Keeps the Doctor Away," and we've been trying to do something where we felt we wrote so like serious music for so long. We were like, let's just write and have fun, and then just write as advanced stuff as we can on the instrument, but then just have it in a simple, fun setting. So okay, that's the thing. And then the theme is like we're the musical Ghostbusters. That's the thing. Okay, we have Ghostbusters. We like the ambulance. A banger day keeps doctor. Okay, then we have the theme for that. So we have like ambulance colors and ambulance sirens is like a theme throughout, and then you go. So you start with that, and you start with colors. Then you go, and where do you want to end up, or how do you want to finish, or do you know what I mean? So you like do that, and we do
Hmm.
like sketches in between. In between, for example, in one song, a single called "Fuck the Bad Vibes." In the end, Marcus does a very long scream, He's like, "Ah," and then he like fakes that I think I injured myself. I'm so tired. Just let me take five. And I'm like, yeah, get off stage. And then we do like a little thing with the audience where it's like a little interlude thing. And then we play a song called Energy. And then we encourage the audience to he's like, sing after me so we can get him, get the singing his energy. Let's get him back. Sing energy, energy, energy. And then, runs on stage. And then we continue playing that song. So it's always like, does that make sense? It's almost like a little theater, like a
Right.
weird theater thing. So we like to do that stuff. Um,
Yeah, where like you're like engaging constantly, where it's like you give them something to be like, grasp onto and be like, oh no, what's gonna happen next?
yes.
What's gonna happen next? And then all of a sudden, like start like making them like sing after me. And then it's like it builds that energy back up and it builds like it just builds it up, and then eventually it's like, get into the song and everyone's just singing, and then all the energy stays up top.
Yeah, and like, yeah, exactly. Building and building and building, and just having people be into it and engaging them in the show and having them feel and be a part of it, basically. Because without them, the show wouldn't work. Um,
Right.
and so far they have done so good, and I'm proud of them. And no, but yeah, it's really fun. And so a lot of it is also planning the storyboard basically for it a little bit,
Hmm.
and then we have all the songs that fits this story and whatever energy we want it to have, and then we kind of rehearse it. But we already know all the songs because we practiced before, so we can basically just play, and then we kind of maybe fine tune some stuff, but a lot of it is more from a technical perspective, like, oh, this sound doesn't feel good there, or oh, these lights aren't good here, or mm, this song doesn't feel like it's good from an energy level, or whatever we want to tell right here, because
Hmm.
we're all played a lot. We know what we're playing when we're playing it, so we don't need to like, oh, let me learn this part, or that's just a given. You just have to know your shit, kind of, and then
Yeah.
creating a feeling and creating the story and creating how you keep it fun and interesting throughout the set. Um, yeah,
I love that. Yeah, those are personally my favorite kind of shows where there's
nice.
like they're like having that sense of engagement of just like, you know, keep up with us. Like, come on, like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
finding ways to like throw little bits into the crowd and like grab that energy back and then just like back and throw more and throw more and throw more and throw more, have
yeah,
more fun. And
yeah,
I love shows like that because then it's like I want to see them again. I want to see that again. I want to see what's next.
yeah, yeah. But that's how it works for us, and bands are different, people are different. But obviously, when we started out, we were like, rehearsing parts for it to like play tight and to learn how to play together. Uh,
Mhm.
Maybe we probably should do that more, but or I don't know actually. I don't know. I
I mean,
think
maybe I personally overstepped it a bit when I called, just playing through the like all the songs like just straight through, like boring. Maybe I overstepped it when I said that. I mean, maybe that's just my idea of boring. I don't know.
yeah.
I hated rehearsals in general.
No, okay. Well, then probably a musician isn't for you.
Like, I mean, like the standard, like, oh, like sit in a chair
Oh
and
yeah.
just practice, 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 practice for like 2 hours. And then it's just, I could not,
No.
I struggle with that
Yeah.
mainly because ADHD and all that. And it's just like, I can't focus for more than like 20 minutes.
Yeah, same, same. That was why because I don't consider myself a musician. I consider myself more a music producer and songwriter and an artist, I guess. But musician is a different way when you're just like it's only about music and you're like perfecting the craft. That was what I felt with violin. I didn't enjoy that thing when you're playing an orchestra and you're like, ugh, rehearsing this part over and over, and it's like, oh, I don't know, I don't like that. That's not for me. It's
Feel
boring.
like,
But people
yeah,
do like
it's boring.
it. It's amazing. Yeah, I get why people like that, but that's not what I'm in music for. What I think is exciting.
Yeah. That's how I felt. I mean, my favorite part was like composing and
Mm,
creating and
yeah,
just finding
same.
ways to put a magical twist to everything. That's what I enjoyed about it. I didn't like the whole sitting in a chair for 2 hours rehearsing, lines 1 through 3 or like measures like 30 through 42 or something. And it's like I hated doing that kind of stuff over and over and over because it was just like felt like an endless brain rot in a sense where it's just same cycle.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you, but everyone is different, and like I guess that's just like being a musician is kind of similar as being a I think an athlete, where like if you don't like to go to, say you're playing football or soccer or something, those those the training is pretty similar, and then the match is the show. So you still need to love. Do you know what I mean? You still need to love the practice to be able to enjoy the show. Which still is, I guess, kind of is applicable. Do you say that applicable to playing in a
Like,
band? And
yeah,
eh,
I can see that. Yeah,
I'm Swedish, so I'm not very good at English.
understandable. I mean, even as an English speaker myself, I have a lot of issues with it.
Yeah. Okay, energy drink. Here we go.
What we got? What drink we got?
I'm trying this out. It's a new. I haven't tried this before, so we'll see how we like that. Let's give it a
Is it
review.
the first time you had like a C4 energy drink, or is it just the flavor?
The first time I had a C4. Hmm.
I'm not going to speak my mind on that because it.
Interesting.
I have a very mixed opinion on C4s.
It's giving me elderly man vibe. I'm joking. No.
For me,
Sweats.
C4s make my skin tingle. Like I can drink like three monsters. I can just drown them, like down them back to back to back, and
Monster.
be perfectly fine. But then if I drink a singular C4, not even, I
Hmm.
get the skin jitters and just the hand tremors, like
Nice.
everything. And it's just I don't like it. It triggers my anxiety.
Okay, then that's not good. I love that part of it because I like to work out and I have like pre-workout and I love having pre-workout that's like when it feels like it's when you feel like it's tingling like in the skin and then I'm like oh, I
Yeah.
just should work out.
I can't do that. For me, it would just for because usually in my experience, the tingly drinks, that ones that make you tingle, it's like it usually like if it doesn't trigger my anxiety, it gives me a really bad headache afterwards. And it
Then
just is never it's like, oh cool, that's fun for like 2 hours, but then
yeah,
it's like all of a sudden then once that crash happens, I'm like, why the hell did I do that?
yeah. So no C4 for you then.
I mean Monsters were kind of my jam, as you can see.
Yeah, I've never monster. I find it not for my liking. Let's say that, but you know
What about it? What about it don't you like?
the flavor. I feel like it's too how do I say it? Not too sweet, but it feels kind of it has a greasy flavor to me. It feels I don't feel fresh when I drink it. I like
Yeah, I can get that
lime
feeling. Yeah.
and grapefruit and like this more. That's more my thing. But
I mean, Monster has flavors like that, but I definitely could say like no matter what flavor I drink, I can kind of get like that greasy kind of feel. I mean, honestly, my best way to describe some of it is no matter what flavor it is, it in a sense has that acidy taste, like acidy, just battery acid taste.
we
And
in Sweden we have an expression called "smaken är som baken delad," which basically is like your preference is like the butt cheeks. It's split.
mhm,
Like preference is split. So no, it's different for everyone. Kind of.
right. I mean, yeah, I get that. I guess I get that.
Yep.
I
Makes sense.
understand that reference now.
Sounds very it sounds much nicer in Swedish, obviously. Yeah.
Obviously.
But yeah.
Yeah, I definitely could say that energy drinks is one of those conversations where it's a different it's a different description or different like opinion every single person.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
interesting to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But
getting back into Solence a little bit. Tell me about who you're gonna call. Tell me about that song. Where did it kind of come from?
so Lance, it comes from us really trying to because we kind of this album is kind of like a what do you say like a theme album almost where we
Yeah,
talk which is kind of like the show where we're like okay this is what we are we're kind of like comic characters in it almost where we have very specific stuff that's happening and we're the musical ghostbusters. If you have a problem, call us and we'll be there and we'll fix it for you. We might not be good at it but we'll give it a shot, and
right.
and so that song was it kind of got from because we were like, okay, if we're gonna be like the shit Ghostbusters, but for feel good, why don't we just, who you gonna call? So Lance, or who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. It's kind of this. We're like playing with that a little bit. We thought it was fun, and we also wrote it very much with live in mind, and it works so well live. It's so fun to play that song live, to just get the audience to really, because basically the whole song is like, "Who you gonna call? Solence." I said, "Who you gonna call? Solence." That's basically the song, and then we just jam on it, and I play a lot of guitar, and he just drums a lot, and it's just a jam. So
I will
we
say
just
I love the guitar solo in that song.
thank you, thank you. I tried very hard.
It had an exhilarating feeling to me, at least when I listened to it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, but it's been fun to, with this whole album. We've really tried to do something that we believe doesn't exist. If you like or not, that's a different thing. But I believe that what we have done for this album, I don't think it, like, that music really exists. And I think that I'm very proud of that, because it's really difficult to write music that I think isn't like a sounds like anything else. You can tell like some of the the comedic lyrics with it, or it's kind of like a little bit cowboy, but they're also more, but it's also different in a way. But then the music is not, in my opinion, is nothing like cowboy, with like how it they more like metal, and this is like rock, and then but it also is, we try to do like Queen, if, or I don't know. So yeah,
I can see it, yeah. Because I mean, that's one thing I feel like people could get that misconception that you guys kind of sound similar. I can kind of see it, but at the
yeah,
same time, I'm like, Paul Boy has more of like an aggressive, like in a sense, a way more upbeat
yeah,
tempo than your music does.
yeah, yeah. I get that. I also think that ours is more. Alba is like what they're doing. They're doing like a techno thing, so they have these synths and that stuff, which is so cool. But it also is so it's kind of like a machine that's going. And we did a tour with them, and it was so nice, and I love those guys so much. And when I guess when they write it from a techno perspective, and when we wrote this, we were more like from a jammy. Because if you listen to it, we're doing a lot of chords, and it's like the music side of it is kind of, it was hell to arrange that. And we have another song called "A Banger Day Keeps the Doctor Away" that we released, and also "Fuck the Bad Vibes." And like the arrangement of those songs were so difficult to get, because it's not. It's like I feel like it's more. What we wanted to do was a very simple front that you're like, oh, this is simple. I get it, like the lyric wise and like the hooks and everything. But behind it, we're doing a lot of like kind of. It was very tricky to write, at least. Yeah.
Right.
So
You know,
that's
I love I love your guys' aesthetic. I think I really like the whole like jamming perspective of it because it's like it to me like no disrespect to anyone else, but I feel like when you can hear the band jamming out and having a great time and all that kind of stuff in the music, I feel like that's the perfect kind of music right there.
yeah.
Where I feel like when you go into like no disrespect to anyone that does like techno like music in the sense of like a lot of electronic stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just feel like, obviously that's their thing. I love that kind of stuff too. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like it in a sense it feels less like genuine, less authentic in a sense. As I said, I'm not trying to target anyone when I say that.
No, I hear you, but I also don't agree, actually, because when you listen to great music, it doesn't matter what genre, or if you haven't played anything, or if everything is programmed, if it's coming from a genuine perspective. And I really believe that everything that has been popular is popular for a reason, because it is, that music is doing something to connect with people, and then that is a pure feeling, and then it is authentic. Whatever it is that you're doing, if you're connecting with someone, whatever this feeling that you're getting out of someone, if someone feels something from it, then it is good music, and then it's genuine, and then it's something. um what I don't like is bland music that is just in the middle, and like, yeah, I've heard it, and it's something that just doesn't really do anything for you, I think.
I feel like the stuff like we're talking about, like the more like the stuff that like sticks out, I guess you could say the stuff that people are doing that's unique that makes the song popular. I
Yeah.
feel like, you know, that has its own grasp. Or if it's like just bland, it's like I feel like you don't remember that song as much as the one that, was more like unique and up like not I don't want to say upbeat, up tempo, but like more energetic, you could
Oh,
say.
I hear you. I hear you. And I really strongly believe that music is only meant to make you feel something. And that's like I think it's that simple. Like if you feel something, great. And
That's all that matters.
that's all that matters. Yeah. Yeah.
So another question is, so you said you guys were gonna go with like the theme idea, right?
Yep.
How does how did the inspiration from like, or just what's the backstory behind like the music video for who you want to call Solence? I mean, like, where
The
did
music
like the video idea come from?
because when we wrote the song, we also wrote it with a specific scenario of us because we have in the song it's like and that's in Sweden and in most Europe countries that's the sound of the ambulance. So that's what we wrote it. It's like oh. That's the hook of the song. Okay, so we're an
Mhm.
ambulance, and then we were like, okay, we're an ambulance, and we're driving around in an ambulance, and call us, and we'll come and fix your problems. So that was that, and we were like, okay, let's get an ambulance. And then we, in the middle of the song, we also have a thing where someone calls in, well, hey, I just crashed my car in 200 miles per hour and broke both of my legs. Okay, I think we can fix that, and it's kind of like a little funny sketch. So, and
Mhm.
that's kind of just we just did that in the music video.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that part. It was like you're like, yeah, let's try. Like,
Yeah. How
I
about a
loved it.
guitar solo? Wah!
Literally. That was the funniest part. Like, yeah, I mean, music can solve anything, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's fun. It was a lot of fun, and it's fun. Yeah. So that was that.
What's the process with music videos usually? Like, how does the like setup kind of thing work with it?
So we first we get someone to shoot it and film it because we don't do that ourselves. We do the music, like producing and all of that, but we don't do videos. So we
Right.
have worked a lot with a guy called Miles, who is amazing. He's done most of our videos. Actually, not who you're gonna call because he's an American. We shot that one in Sweden. Uh, but then we get together the storyboard for what's the video gonna be about, and then we talk to him and what's possible and with budget and all of that, and then we just prep it, and then we set the story. So this is where it starts, and this is what happens to it basically, and then
Mhm.
we shoot that in a way that's fun and effective and doable.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. Yeah. I just wanted to ask. Just like I've heard from people that like in smaller bands how they do their music videos. I wanted to ask how your guys kind of works.
Yeah. No, but
Like,
we when we
what
when
the
we
difference is.
our first song that we released was a cover from Imagine Dragons called Warriors.
Mhm.
We released that in 2014, 15, something. So it's almost 10 years now. It is 10 years. And that one we shot in the middle of the night with an iPhone. Uh, and then the drummer just edited the video, and it's kind of I don't know, it has a vibe. It actually went really well. So that was fun.
Also, when you hear a shot on the iPhone, you're just like, "Is that gonna come out real good? How's that gonna go?"
Oh yeah, no, I know, but we were like, fuck it, because we are such perfectionists. So we got to a point where we were like, okay, let's stop trying to be perfect because it's never gonna be perfect. We just need to get stuff out. It's like being if
Right.
you're a band and you don't have stuff out. That's like being IKEA but not having any furniture to sell. Bloody
Mm.
useless. It's just like if you're looking at it from that perspective. So we were like, okay, we need to get stuff out, and then we did that. Then we're like, okay, let's just do the video here. That works. If it
Fuck it.
if it's genuine and if you try hard, everything could happen.
I believe in that. I love
And
that. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. Thank you. You are beautiful.
You are beautiful too, man. I want to
Hey,
ask. It's been bothering me the whole time. Where are your braids at? Like
my
your hair?
I just took them out. I have them live. I actually took them out like 3 4 days ago, and it's so nice because now I can feel my scalp and
Don't call me an
this
idiot.
time
They weren't in your actual like hair. They were actually just like
you know
attachments.
no they so I have my hair. It's like you can see here my hair,
Mhm.
and then you braid in like fake hair, white fake hair and stuff. And then this time I had it like so it was probably down to under my butt, so they were really long and it was really heavy. So this I'm not gonna do them that long anymore. I think we'll see. They kind of got when we were playing now, they kind of got stuck in the guitar. Sometimes I would be like
Ugh.
playing live, and it's a little bit difficult to headbang. And when I'm playing solos, I always need to put my left leg up on the monitor to like so the guitar is like steady, and then I burn over and I try to do my stuff that's almost a little bit too difficult for me, and
Hmm.
then all every time it was such a struggle because the braids were just like everywhere, and I was like battling against the braids.
On camera, it looks like you're just headbanging, having a good time. In reality, you're over here fighting a war with your fucking hair, and it's like, what the fuck, man? He's like,
No,
get the fuck
it
away
was
from my strings, man.
the battle for Helm's Deep, baby. It was tough, but in the
I
end,
love
my
that.
Ikram arrived, so I managed to. I don't know.
Hey, I don't know. I was just curious how like where your hair was. I was like, was that not like real? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna have it
actually,
back. Back. I'm gonna have it live. I love having it live. It's so much fun, and for videos and stuff. So I'm gonna put it back. But right now we're probably not gonna tour until early next year. So
hmm,
we're just writing new stuff now. So I figured I might as well give my scalp some rest. And
understandable.
I don't want to grow bald. Not yet.
Don't look at me, man. The reason I wear hats and beanies and stuff because
Yeah.
I've been balding since I was like 14. I'm so
Well,
serious.
honestly, you just embrace it. Either go to
Yeah,
Turkey or just shave it all off and just be who you're meant to be.
just shave it off. Feel like I'm going to be the caveman inside of me. You know, I don't know.
Go for it. I think you'd look good though, shaved. I haven't even seen you,
I've
but
shaved I've shaved my head before. It looks all right.
mm,
I'll find a picture and send it to you later.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
I'm gonna send it to my editor too. She's just gonna put it on the screen in front of all of us and be like, "Here you go, screen flash."
yeah. Perfect, perfect.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Whenever I see like artists that they don't like when I interview them, like they don't have the hair that I imagined they would have. I'm like, where the fuck did it go? But thank you for answering that
I'm
question. It
sorry.
was bugging me the whole time.
You were 4 days late.
4 days late. Well,
4 days
shit.
late. Yeah, bottled it.
Ugh.
No,
Hmm.
it'll be back,
It'll be back. Okay, I'll have my eyes peeled.
and then we need to get in a picture of me with the hair.
Yes.
Need to put that in the beginning so they know that I'm a disappointment in real life.
It's the same here, man. I'm a disappointment too. It's okay.
We're all just a disappointment to ourselves as well. I'm joking.
Yes, I guess so. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Ah, no, nothing is ever as good as in the optimal division as what Platons said. The I don't know this in English, but the idea world, everything is but copy of the original that's in the idea world. So and
Oh
he
yeah,
said,
you have your look that's like in the spotlight, but then it's like when you're not in it, it's like not always the same. It's not the exact same thing.
yeah,
I don't know the phrase either. It's okay.
yeah, something like
But
that. I
brain's
know it.
blanking.
I try to translate it because I learned it in Swedish school when I in Swedish. So
You need to teach me Swedish. The day when we if we ever meet in person, you
yeah,
need to start doing Swedish lessons with me.
I think Swedish is probably one of the top 10 most useless languages in the world because there's like 10 million that speak it. There's like no use.
I'm gonna go to a random. I'm gonna imagine I go to Sweden. I start speaking Swedish, and then it's just like everyone looks at me like, "What the fuck are you saying?" I just sit there and like, "What the fuck did I learn this for?"
I know. No, no, it's, I actually think it's a kind of nice language. It's very, I think that's one of the reasons probably why also, oh, one, that's a tiny reason why I think a lot of songwriters are Swedish. We have a lot of like Sweden, like one of our biggest exports is music in Sweden
Mhm.
because the language is very phonetically nice, which means that the words the vowels and the consonants are kind of nice. It has a nice flow to it, which is
Right.
so important in music that it like the right sound is on the right note on the right.
Okay. I'm gonna put you on the spot here, man. Teach me
Mhm.
something in Swedish, something simple.
Something simple.
I don't know, like hello, how are you? Something. I don't know.
Jag älskar energidricka.
Okay,
Jag,
let's start simpler.
no it's, okej. Jag älskar Monster. I love Monster. You can say that because that's applicable to you.
Yes.
Jag
Okay.
älskar, I love.
Sorry, say that again.
Jag
Jag
älskar.
älskar.
Älskar, that's good. Monster.
Say
Monster.
it again. Say the
Monster.
first part again.
Jag älskar Monster.
Jag älskar monster.
Perfect. That's just great. Yay.
First phrase. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna remember it 10 minutes, but
Well,
respectfully.
you have. I see here that this meeting is being recorded, so you can look at
Okay. I'll
it.
play it on repeat, and I'll just. Oh, the worst part's gonna be I'm gonna watch myself just casually struggle. I'm
Fantastic.
gonna laugh at myself.
Good. I do that
Self humility. Self
every day
humility.
in the mirror. I wake up and I'm
You just look at yourself in the mirror, just like, oh my god, funny guy over here.
no, yeah, exactly. Oh.
So going back to the subject of live shows,
Yep.
just to put it back to there. Let's see. What is your favorite place? Sorry, where is your favorite place to play, in your opinion?
Czech Republic.
What about it makes it your favorite?
One, the audience is amazing. We played a festival there this summer called Rock for People, and that was absolutely nuts. They were so into it, and it feels like people have connected really well with our music there, and they're just so into it, and they just want to have a good time. We also played a couple of weeks ago in Prague as well with when we toured with the Who. It was also a great show. And secondly, it's the best beer in the world, and I will not have anyone say anything different. It's the best beer ever. So that's nice. I like
You
beer.
have to try it one day.
Do it. It's America is great, but the beer here is shite. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this seriously. I hate beer. Period.
Yeah,
Like
no.
I can taste it and like enjoy it and be like, oh whatever. But the taste is just
Yeah, but you kind of get into it. But also, it's a big difference between nice beer and bad beer. And in Czech Republic,
sure.
the beer is just divine.
I'll need to try it one day then.
Yeah.
Whenever I can get my stupid passport and then I could finally leave the states
Dude, if you wanna work with bands and to be that, you need to have a passport. Get that right away. You
right away.
can't be like, oh, sorry, I don't have. Even if you're going to Canada or something, do you need a passport for that?
I think so. Yeah.
So even if you're doing a roadie for someone here and you go to Canada and you're like, oh, I can't because I don't have a passport and there's no time to do it, you're not gonna be able to get the tour. So be prepared.
Ugh. I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look into that now. Then. Thank you for
Sorry,
mentioning
I
that.
don't mean to. I don't mean to be like, there may be a teacher. I didn't mean like
No, I
that.
mean, but it's logical sense though. It's logical sense.
Yeah.
I got to do that now. Now I gotta get into that and
Okay. Yeah. See
just
you
get
later.
on
Bye.
that. No, no, imagine I get on a tour with a band and then they go to the Canadian border and everyone just like lines up with their passports and they see me in the back corner and it's just like everyone's like, "You're not coming? Shit, how am I gonna get in?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
I don't have the key. I don't have the key
Yeah.
to the door."
Yeah. You need that.
I will look into that. Thank you for telling me that. I don't know why it was a
I
stupid
play.
thing. I didn't realize it, but
Oh, but I also
good.
get that because in America, you kind of. I get why people don't leave America in a way because you kind of have everything here as well, except for
Hmm.
beer. No, but no,
Hey,
but
fuck beer. It's fine.
yeah, but like because you have here in LA, it's like a paradise, and then you have winter, you have mountains, you have everything. You have everything. You have desert.
Yeah.
I get why
It
people. Yeah.
I can yeah, I can see your point. How was everything? Now, given when I say that, I want to travel to like other countries and stuff, mainly because I haven't seen it and I hear great things, it's also because I've been born and raised in America. So it's like I find everything, I find the stupid small stuff just like, oh, well, that's just America. It's a normal thing. Like I don't think of anything of it. But then when you say that, I'm like, we really do have everything.
Hmm.
Yeah. Except the fact that we can't say Solence is from the States because, well, that's a shame.
Yeah, we live here though, so.
Hey, I thought you always lived in Sweden for like to be honest. Like y'all are like
Did
founded there,
before.
and I
Yeah, we did before, but me and Marcus, the singer, we've moved to LA since 2 years back now.
where do you guys live? Like what city?
In Los Angeles.
Oh, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
What's the traffic like? Is it bad?
Uh, Yesterday when I went to a Maiden concert, it was like an hour 20 minutes going there and 35 minutes going back. 30 minutes going back.
Interesting.
Yeah, traffic.
I guess
Great.
I guess the rumors of the horrible traffic everywhere you go
I
isn't.
I also think it depends actually because I can be flexible because I don't have a job. No, but like no, I don't have like very set times where I need to be somewhere. I get that if you're like working 9 to 5 and you have to be in the stupid traffic at 9 in the morning and then you have to go back at 5 when the traffic is so bad. I just don't drive those hours. I'll drive around at like 12 or something instead where the traffic isn't that bad or later at night.
Hmm,
So I have
understandable.
yeah, I have the privilege of being a little bit flexible with that.
Flexive. I'm sorry. I had to bully the bad English right there.
Did I say flex? I thought I said flexible, didn't I?
You corrected yourself.
Flexive, yeah, flexive.
Flexible. Flexible.
I know. Look at you picking on the immigrant. Way to go! Way to go! You're not doing the American image in a favor here.
Man, love you. Okay. I'm not gonna sit here and bully you. No.
I'm joking with
Can't
you.
say I won't in the future, man. Don't think I won't because Patrick and all that. Oh my God, I could go hours and bully the shit out of him. I'm sorry. I love him to death and I will gladly bully him till the end of time.
Good.
So how did you meet Patrick? I know it's a little bit off topic from like my question list, but how did you meet him?
We met. He was at when we opened up for Five Finger Death Punch in Warsaw. He was there, and then he really enjoyed the band, and I think his sisters really enjoyed the band as well. And his sister is running our fan channel, like the official Solence fan channel on Instagram.
Mhm.
And then so and which is amazing, and we really appreciate what they're doing and all of that. So whenever we're there, we played there 2 times now this year. We make sure to meet up after the show or before the show, and they've been so nice. They got me this shirt, by the way. I showed you this before, but with the Poland.
Yeah.
Wait, and then in the back it says, wait, you see it?
Watch Poland go psycho.
Hell yeah, which is from one of our songs, Snakes, where we had "Watch When I Go Psycho," and then it's before a breakdown. So they did that, and we have a shirt with that on. So yeah, they're lovely, and I love them very much. They're amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, Patrick will definitely be seeing this and I will make sure that is included in the podcast.
hell yeah,
But dude, I mean, I just want to know where you met him because I know he was telling me about like, oh, like I want to help you get guests, and then he send you my way, and then it
yeah,
was like, so it was like the easiest in the world. I just like, hi, and you're like, hi, and then it just like went from there.
yeah. No, I try to be very like if people want to get in touch, they could just send a message on Instagram. It's almost easier to send, at least for us, if you send to the individual band members or just send to my instead of the Solence account because it's a little bigger. I mean, honestly, if I could decide, I would just delete my Instagram. I really don't like social media and Instagram, but
I
I
don't
have
either. It's fine.
no, and I'm there sometimes. So if you want to get in touch, you can always just write and I'll say hi if anyone wants to do that. It's just nice.
Yeah. I always love when artists or even band members like on their personal page, like when they actually like interact kindly with like other like fans with the other fans and all that, just because I feel like having that connection with the fan base is kind of just like heartwarming in a sense,
It's
you know?
also it really is, and it's also everyone that likes my music and our music that we do. I owe them so much gratitude because you and they are the only reason why I can sit here in Los Angeles and live off music and have the privilege to go around the world and play amazing concerts, creating fantastic memories and experience that I would never have been able to do unless someone actually liked and supported what I and we are doing. So
Yeah.
and that's just the basics of, do you know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
like, and it's so important, and we're so blessed to have people that like what we're doing, and I would love to get to know as many of these people as I can, because I owe them a lot, and they are everyone is so nice. So everyone is lovely.
Yeah, I mean,
And a single one that's been everyone is actually so nice. And to talk to people after the shows is one of my favorite things to do. After it's so lovely to feel too, because I also started and still am a big fan of music, and like going to a concert, and if I were able to talk to someone that was on stage, which actually I never were when I went to concert, like my bands Maiden, In Flames, Avenged Sevenfold, Dream Theater, uh, Threat Signal, whatever band you have on any level. I've never met anyone from them before working in music, but
mhm.
I would have loved to, say hi. I would have loved that so much. It would have made my life. Because
Hey man, that's one thing I've always wished. Like I've never really had the opportunity to have that connection with someone. And that's one thing I love about the podcast. Like I get to talk to people in bands that, and I'm not gonna like, throw anyone under the bus or anything. But like if even if it's someone like a band I don't particularly love the most, but I like some of their music, and it's like I get to interact, and then it's like we get to have that personable, like person to person like interaction, and I just like it makes me feel special and like makes me feel happy.
yeah,
Where it's like I don't know, I feel like the podcast has opened those kind of doors to where I can interact with some people that I look up to, and even just being able to like
hmm.
get, I guess, recognized in some way, shape, or form by
Yeah, yeah,
somebody.
yeah. I also think that we are all. I think everyone is also insecure, and to get some, everyone needs and wants and craves attention and appreciation for when they try
Right.
hard, and it's so awesome to I don't know. People showing appreciation generally is it's incredible, and it's so important. And that goes like same for you for your podcast. Like you're so professional and so nice to talk to. Obviously, you're great at this, and you're so good with the questions, and it's such a nice conversation. So you're amazing at what you do. And if you want to do this, I think you could do it a lot. So it's amazing.
I appreciate it. I
No,
was just saying, everyone, I never asked him to say any of that. He just said that out of his own free will. We're just gonna put that out there right now.
I'll send the invoice later. It's fine.
I love you, man. I love the kind words. It's amazing. You're amazing.
Right back at you. Right back at you, man.
But so yeah, I've always been told that I'm pretty good at maintaining the conversation. When I first met my editor, I interviewed. She actually was the first podcast interview I did trying to come back,
Mm.
and I was like talking to her, and then she said afterwards, she's like, You're so good at talking to people," and I'm like, I'm not a people person. But then I could sit here and just go back and forth with you. And I mean, and it warms my heart to hear that you enjoy the conversation we're having, because that's all I want. It's not up to me. It's not about the questions I'm asking and the answers I'm getting. It's about the genuine, conversation to show that me and you are just people like everybody else.
Yeah, of course. Of
And that's
course.
all I want.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. I agree with you.
100%. Yeah. It's beautiful. I feel it's the same way with music too. Like you just want to put your voice out there and let everyone know they're heard, and
Yeah.
just give people like stuff to fuel off of.
Yeah. I think also everyone connects to music. Whatever music genre, whatever song, whatever thing it is that you like about music, everyone feels those emotions, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, emotions fuel the world. I feel like emotions make the world go round, and I don't know. I can't imagine a world without music. If there was no music, I feel like the world would be so dry and bland and
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah. Yeah. No emotions is would be bad. I think even bad emotions, sadness, has its place because you need dynamics, and you need if you can feel sad, then you know what happiness is. Because if you
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So you need the other
You
one.
can't have one without the other
Exactly. Exactly. Uh,
because you have happiness and sadness, and I feel like those are like the baselines of your emotions, and then you go into like the various different smaller complex ones, and it's just I feel like as you said, like without happiness or sadness, I mean,
yeah.
in a sense, you can't have music. You can't have not sorry, not music, but you can't just have. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I
It's not the same.
absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
trying. I'm trying to get words out, and I can't get words out. I'm trying, and I'm trying.
You tried so hard, but got so far. But in the end, doesn't even matter. I'm joking. I'm just quoting
Lincoln Park.
one of the best bands ever. So
I agree. I have so many people that can agree with that. I'm sorry, I heard that, and I'm just like, in the end, it doesn't even matter. I tried so hard. I'm
you sing
sorry.
as well. Nailing it.
A little bit. I suck at singing, man. That's just, me having a good time right there.
Well, I disagree. I think you're good.
I'll be a vocalist.
Rah. Yeah.
I used to be able to actually I had a friend that taught me how to do like metal screaming and like the proper way to do it. And then I
Yeah.
did it for like a good like year. And then eventually I was like I got to a point where I was like, oh my God, I actually kind of sound good. And then I stopped. I stopped practicing. And then it was just like, no, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, well, something that I don't know for how long I can still do it, but when we tour with the Who, they do this like throat singing, the Mongolian throat singing, and I
I don't know how
practiced
that
that.
works.
Ooh, wait, no, wait. Ooh, ooh, so I kind of learned it a little bit. I practiced for like 4 weeks, and they taught me like during the tour, and at the end, I was like, it kind of clicked. That was
And you're like,
fun.
holy shit.
I don't know for how long I can do it, but we'll see when I forget
Hey,
it.
that sounds fun. I
It's
that's actually really impressive. I never understood how like the throat singing stuff worked. And then it's like now that you did it, I'm just like, interesting.
I don't know. It's like it's something that just connects. I don't know, but it feels cool. It's like you're riding a motorcycle, and it's just like you're, with a throttle. I don't know. Is that the word?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like it's just more power. It's awesome.
right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I've always like just admired people that could sing like do like throat singing like that and stuff because I'm just like
So, but I'm
it's
not
a,
good at
it's
it. Like
interesting.
you're incredible at it. I'm just a newbie on it. But we will make a song about it or a song with it. I will do it and in a Solence song, 100%. I need to do it before I forget it.
Do it. Fucking do it. No, I don't know how you won't forget it. Just keep practicing.
Yeah, I know. If I remember to continue practicing,
I will message you and be like, practice your throat singing.
yeah, the less it will be like in my mind. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Now when I hear them every day, I hear them, in soundcheck, when in concert, when like, "Ooh, yeah," they do that stuff, and I hear it, and then I'm like, trying to find it. So, but
Yeah.
now we're not touring anymore. I won't hear it every day.
Then put the Who in your sound rotation, like your song rotation on Spotify or something.
Yeah.
I don't
Now
know.
we also have each other, everyone on Instagram, so they will pop up, and then I'll be like, oh, and then I will think of it, and then I will keep the memory fresh.
Yes. Yes. No, or I'll just send you a post every day and be like, think of them. Do
Yeah,
it.
just think. Yeah. Daily.
I could finally trigger David's musical
Yes,
vocals.
go for it. I'll have like in the on the my bathroom mirror. I'll be like, list of things to do. Number one, throat singing. Oh. Two, bathroom, toilet, shower. Yeah,
That's your teeth.
yeah, exactly.
All that shit.
Yeah,
That's fucking hilarious, man. That's great. I feel like that's great that you get to like learn these new little things.
yeah.
Like
But it's
it's
really
a part of your journey
yeah.
as a musician. We're gonna say musician, even though you said you're not a musician,
I
that
mean,
you're a
but
artist.
yeah. Obviously, I'm a musician, but not that kind of professional
Right.
musician that only plays. If that, yeah, the difference. We went over that.
Yeah, we did. We went over that.
Yeah,
It's okay. That's get that away. um oh, thinking of what to ask next. Shit. I went down my list and I'm finally like out of ideas.
you're done the list.
Now. Let's do some bullshit. Let's talk bullshit. Let's do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Say something. I don't know. We'll go with it.
What can I say? Uh, I don't know. I have a pedal called Corona. This is the good Corona. No.
It's not Corona beer.
Oh
Um,
yeah, Corona beer is nice. I love Corona beer actually.
that used to be the meme for the longest time during the COVID pandemic. They're like, "Don't drink Corona beer," but then I also feel at the same time it was just like it became a marketing stunt for them.
Yeah, it probably was. Probably was. Yeah, Corona beer is great. Good. This is
It's
the
like
my
everyone's all stuck inside.
my favorite Mexican beer, which is the best American beer.
What is it?
I think Corona is probably the best beer in America. I think.
Mm,
I think.
yeah, I mean, I think anything can fucking be better than Bud Light or any of
Oh
that shit.
no. Have you
Yuck.
heard that old Monty Python joke? Or like Bud Light and Budweiser, and they're like the Monty Python. The sketch is this: drinking Budweiser is like having sex in a canoe. It's fucking close to water. It's really funny. They're geniuses.
I You had to recite the scene for me to remember it. I'm a big Monty Python fan.
Yeah,
It's like you said that. I'm like I remembered it, and I'm like, oh my god,
yeah.
it's so fucking true.
So true. It's so true. John Cleese, legend, legend.
Fucking legend, dude. My favorite. What's your favorite Monty Python movie?
Uh, the Hunt for the Holy Grail just has to be.
Yes, mine too.
Yeah,
I fucking you. But if I'm watching that damn movie, I can recite nearly every line.
yeah. And suddenly, the drawer got a heart attack. Oh. And then the
Oh,
dragon, whatever, it's just this monster disappears. So
it
funny.
just falls over dead. It's like
Just a flesh wound.
it's just a flesh wound.
Yeah. I can
I
always fight me.
that that's the fucking that's one of the scenes I think one of the first scenes I memorized in Monty Python.
Yeah, it's epic.
Tears about to scratch. I scratch your arms off. Then what's that thing? I've had worse. You liar.
Yeah,
I'm having a fucking conflicting personality moment right now.
yeah, yeah.
You
That's
shouldn't have
that.
got me on Monty Python, man. Shouldn't have mentioned it. Now I'm gonna go fucking crazy. And as soon as I get off the Zoom call, what am I gonna do? Play it on my TV,
Obviously, obviously.
as I should.
Yeah, as one should, as one should.
If you're not watching my Monty Python, who the fuck are you? Just saying.
Honestly, get comedy, get humor. You need, yeah, probably boring.
It's a British comedy, isn't it? Isn't Monty Python a British comedy group?
I love British comedy.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like American humor is just, in my opinion, turned. In my this is my bold opinion. Not saying like it's correct, but in my opinion, I feel like American humor has grown to be so dark and stupid, and
Is
just
it?
it's the most brain rot shit like you could ever imagine on social media.
Maybe. I think it's nice, but I love the weirdness and the I think a British humor is a little more clever in a way. It's more it
Right.
has like it has more layers. But I also love
Right.
I mean I love Kevin Hart. I think he's so good.
Oh,
I
I
love
love
that.
him.
Yes, he's amazing.
I wanted to see one of his fucking live shows
Yeah,
and just
well,
like watch
yeah,
him live.
yeah, that would be awesome. That'd be great.
What?
But
Hey, we should go see Kevin Hart together. We'll have a
let's
great time.
let's do it. I'm down. Honestly.
Fuck yeah. Let's say another good American comedian. Sorry, he's a Hispanic comedian. Fluffy?
Mm. Oh, I don't know what that is.
No?
Who?
Gabriel Iglesias?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Fluffy?
I don't know much. I've seen the name, but I don't know him. No, I don't know his stuff.
Hmm. I'll send you some of it then. I'll
Do it.
send you his
Do it.
YouTube channel.
Do it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
He has plenty of Netflix specials too.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I haven't for some reason gone into it. But
It's fucking hilarious.
my favorite is Ricky Gervais, and then what's her name? She has a character called Philomena Kunk. I don't know if you've seen that. British.
I don't think so, no.
She's one of the characters in Afterlife, which is a Ricky Gervais show, and she's done a lot of like Philomena Kunk is she is so funny, incredible, so stupid, but I don't know it's brilliant.
I'll have to look into it.
do it. Yeah.
I'll fucking do it. Yeah, I mean, just comedy. I think comedy is like right up there with music, like and like making like emotion and people feel something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like comedy's up there.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's the same. It's but like comedy, music, theater, whatever. It's paintings, dance.
It's an art.
Yeah. Feel something.
It's a it's a beautiful art and craft that makes people feel
Yeah.
emotions, whether it's, you know, a joke that has a really sad start and it's like, oh, and then it's like all of a sudden it's like super funny. It's like, oh my God, like fucking up and down. Like I love it.
Yeah. I agree.
Just to close this out a little bit, just tell me about, like, is there any music coming in this near future, next
Yes.
coming months that you're allowed to talk about?
Yeah, we have an album coming out. It's gonna come out early next year. A banger day keeps the doctor away is the title of the album. I think we're still finishing it up, but we'll have another single out in like 1 2 months or 2 months something, and then just keep on with that. So that's really exciting. I'm really looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to that too, man.
Yeah,
I kind of I stopped listening to Solence for a few months, and then like I've gotten really back into it last like 3 4 months, and then all of a sudden it's just like going with it. So I'm really looking forward to that. Do you know when you guys are gonna maybe potentially even announce your next tour? Potentially.
uh, I don't know when we're gonna announce it, but I can't say anything. But we're 2024 is gonna be very busy in both Europe
Okay.
and America. So
Beautiful.
yeah, so hopefully, yeah, let me know if where are you actually in America? You
St.
said
Louis, Missouri, dead center of the states.
okay, yeah, hopefully I don't know if we're playing, I can't remember, but yeah, I'll let you know, and then yeah, come to the show if you want.
I'm obviously I will. It's Solence. I have to come see you guys. Who are you
Yeah,
gonna call when you're feeling down? Who are you gonna call?
Lee, yeah,
Solence or Liam. That's an
yeah.
option too. Get on the. I'll say anyone that needs a hype up or anything to get them up from being sad. Tune into the Full Circle podcast where we talk about the emotions and making everyone happy.
Yes, we're the feel good doctors. I was about to say love
Feel
doctors,
good.
but I was like, oh, it's
The
kind of
love
short.
doctors. I wouldn't
Uh,
go there.
that's that. Yeah.
But yeah, closing this out. David, do you have a positive message or just a message in general to say to the world that you'd like to close this out with?
Follow your gut. No, I would say do whatever the fuck you want to do, and then you will find a way to make it work.
I love that.
You got it.
That's the most honest fucking thing you could ever say.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. I think if everyone just believed in themselves a little bit more, the world would be a happier place.
I
And,
agree. I
yeah,
actually agree with that.
it
100%.
is difficult, but it's possible.
Confidence. Have confidence in yourself, and in my opinion, it can make the biggest difference.
No, that's everything. I think that's everything. That's the biggest difference. What I see with people,
Mhm.
like, it's not gonna work out if you quit. That's the 100. That's every. That's like the thing that everyone that has not failed, because I think it's hard because there's always going back. You can always try
Sure,
again, but 100%, it's not gonna work if you don't try and if you quit. As soon as
for
you
sure.
quit, you're not gonna be able to do what you want to do, and it could take so many years. I'm 31 now. We've been in the band for since we were 16, 17. Still trying, still doing it. Takes
Half
time.
your life.
Yeah, a lot of the bands, a lot of people get success when they're like 35. That's like the 35, 36. And then also later than that. Like it's no everyone has their own timeline, and you can't compare yourself to others because they're not they're not on the same timeline as you.
They're not you.
They're
That's
not you.
they
You're not
cannot they can you cannot replicate somebody's journey, in my opinion.
no, you can't.
I say, yeah, that message you just gave, that you said to believe in yourself and just keep going, resonated with me a little bit. It really did because I
Thanks.
stopped doing my podcast, and exactly when I stopped is when everything just dropped, and it was
Yeah.
so I feel that I felt that completely, and I love the message, love it, 100%.
I'm happy it resonated. That makes me happy.
I love you, dude.
Right back at you.
I appreciate your time today, David. And I
Thank
just wanted to say thank you for your time and all the lovely conversation we've had in the last hour or so.
you. Yeah.
I appreciate it. I love it. And I think everyone else out there in the world appreciates it too. So if anyone wants to check us out on Instagram, our Instagram handles will be below our faces. You know, Liam and Full Circle Podcast down here, right under David's finger is going to be his Instagram handle, as well as Solence. His
Solence.
handle is going to be there as well.
I want it up here.
Okay. How about this? David on top, Solence on bottom,
Yes.
or other way.
Yes. That's perfect. That's
Cool.
whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. Whatever.
Awesome.
But yeah, if you guys want to check us out on Instagram, our handles are below our faces, or maybe I'll put David's above his head because, well, he put the idea in my head. But yeah, on that note, go check us out. In the description, I'll have more links to my other episodes and all that. I'll also have all of Solence and David's stuff all in the description as well. So whatever time it may be for you, morning, evening, midday, whatever. I hope you have a great day. And stay safe out there, everyone. This is Liam with the Full Circle Podcast signing off.